Okay. This is the last time I will try this, and if it works, I will write a song tonight. If it doesn't, I will give up. So, if anyone joins, please ask questions. I am going to play this melody for you. I'm writing this new tune. I just need to write something. I haven't written something original in a while. I've been doing a lot of arrangements, but I'm in the mood to write something. Here's the idea I have so far. Now I have this bridge. Something like that. So my goal for this is going to be some kind of laid back, cool sound and swing. And yeah, I'll just get right into it. I started writing some general backgrounds in this drum groove. I think this should be a pretty fun chart once it's done. Cool. Super basic so far. Just getting some stuff copied over, and I will put some block chords. No, I'm going to put rhythm slashes in here. So let's just play this. Cool. And I think I want some specific voicings here at first. You know, that's a lie. I trust my pianist. I will put these in for playback purposes. Alright, this should be cool. Put those slashes there. This is what we got. Yeah, there we go. So this intro thing I was playing for you earlier, the first part of the tune. I'm gonna make this like a rubato piano intro. That'll be the piano intro, and then I'll pick up. Da, ba, boom, da, da, da. I think that'll be pretty cool. I'm gonna write that piano intro last, so just so I can think how to notate it. I will put my pickups in here though. I think we need some kicks here. And I guess some cymbals. That should be there. I'll probably change those slashes. But I think our stream is working. I finally got this working. It took way too long. So maybe I should do a 3-part of this. That'd be pretty cool. Trumpet 4 is going to be a flugelhorn. Playback wise, I'll change it. Might as well. Here is the playback VST I'm actually using for this. This is Session Horns Pro in Contact. And I'm just going to make this the flugelhorn the whole time. Okay. So now flugel. So these sounds, some of them are pretty good, some of them are pretty bad. Overall, I think all playback and all software sucks. So I'm just not too worried about it. I recently have been trying to use Note Performer. I'll say it's so convenient, especially on my laptop, just how well everything works. I despise that there's no option to just make it slower by default. It always plays eighth note line short, obviously in jazz, not what we want. Okay, so now I should have a flugelhorn here. Yeah, it sounds like a flugelhorn, I suppose. Like I got Session Horns Pro there. And we're in transpose pitch. We'll switch back. At some point, I'll have it switch back to trumpet. I'm just not going to worry about that playback wise. And these are supposed to be rubato. I think I will actually put my tempo starting there. If you're joining, you have questions, want to chat, please say anything. I'm just going to be writing. All right. How about tenor is the harmony under this? I just want to get a good layout of the harmony. Should I have trombone 2 play? Yeah, probably. And let's make this like a mezzo piano, greater mezzo forte. Cool. And I'm going to double the pacing of this now. So let's copy this, put this here. I'll adjust my bass line here a second. Okay. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, that's in the right direction. We'll do a bunch of tongue cutoff stuff. I think it'll be best. And let's go down the. And I think this can have a gliss. Just hear that. Cool. And just keep arranging this out bit by bit. That was F. I guess I could put a key, couldn't I? This is just gonna be F minor, I think. Yeah, it's F minor. And that's gonna be a slide. Let's extend this, make it sound a little longer. Alright, these are going to become eighth notes over here. Get rid of the dynamics. Put accents on these. Yeah, okay, it's looking good. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-do is what I want. Ba-ba-do-do. It's gonna be that. Put an accent. This is still C minor. Ba ba da bum bum ba do. I'm gonna use the same chord. It's a pretty cool melody. Okay, we're gonna have a little call response line here. Maybe in the something Barry sax led would be cool. I think that's cool. Just a funny little thing. Who else can play that? About 10 or 2. That's pretty cool. All right. I think the stream's going well. I think everything's working. So I will post about it on Facebook for all 2 people who are awake right now. Thank you for joining the stream. Whoever's here, please feel free to chat, ask questions. I'm planning to make a lot more stuff now. I got too busy with work, being an adult, but I want to make time for this again. Oh, it just picked the ugliest like screenshot thumbnail of me making like that face. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. So I want this to be longer. I guess that'll be a little clearer for the cutoff I want. What are your opinions on this right here? Looking at this rhythmic figure, I know a dotted quarter wouldn't be appropriate necessarily. This is showing where I want the cutoff. I only want a half beat of space here. But should I just have a quarter note and put the cutoff in text above it, or should I leave it like that? Let me know what you think. All right. All right, we're gonna take this figure again. See what it sounds like so far. That's a good idea. Hey, it's good to hear from you. I think it is correct as notated. I actually did this in one chart. Hear me out. Where in one part I put one thing, in another part I put another to see who would play it right. That dude, it's been busy. I graduated from grad school, and then I got a real job, and then didn't do anything. I did lots of music. I'm not going to deny that. Still been music based, but just not online. That's not necessarily a bad thing. At some point, I'll actually pull up I just said the word actually, and try not to say that. My students hate it. At some point, I will pull up the Amazing Grace arrangement I'm working on. It's awesome. And I'm going to release it on Spotify, hopefully like right before Christmas. And I have a guy named Trumpet Mark, he's got some clout, and he's really good. He's so much better at trumpet than me. Like, I'm just like, please, play all the parts. Don't even look in my direction. I don't deserve it. He's going to be playing lead. I appreciate it. I'd like to be an overachiever. I'll claim that one, mostly because I'm a workaholic. Let me recap us on the little melody that's going to be happening here. Yeah, that bit, I'm pretty excited. There's a whole reharmonization thing that happens. It's pretty cool. It happens after the solo section. I just whacked my mic, so I apologize. Then here's the bridge. Me about to play an E augmented 7 wrong. And I'm trying to find a cool passing chord here. I think I have one. Is this A7 sharp 11 13 that I totally can play. I'm pretty happy. Okay, let's keep going. I haven't had the desire to just make music like this in a while, so I'm glad it's back. This will be our D major 7, D flat major 7, and our C. C7 sus4. I'm going to write it that way. I'm being very specific about my sus chords because this chord here, didn't want a guitar, but that was fine. This chord and this chord are not the same, and too many players use them interchangeably. C7 sus4. There is no 2 on that, and I stand by that. Copy this drum groove, a couple bars. Let's get this laid out. And then we'll put a hit here. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Restarts the form. It'll do that break every time. I think that'll be really cool. And then this is just good old C7. Put some chords. And now I'll just slash off for some comping. Let's put our D. I'll stick these under slashes. This. Okay. Rhythm section should be pretty tight now. And I'll probably make a less notated rhythm section part. That'll just be temporary. I think this is kind of really cool. I'm feeling this one. Now, you know what the real trick is? Getting people to buy it once it's done. So my wife is like, wow, you made money? Yeah, no, I'm just trying to be kind of just playful with some of those counterpoint lines. But no, I very seldom write staccatos on my quarter notes. When I write it, I mean it. I seriously mean it. And I was not yelling at my students. I'm very, very nice to my students. When I was sassing them, I'm like, did I tell you not to write staccatos all over your entire score? Shame. Okay. Is in the flugelhorn. I hope this isn't getting too low. But it's a flugelhorn though, so it's probably fine. Let's get the transpose pitch. I think this would be a good spot to have these come in double. So, but let's write this out. It's going to be a dotted quarter with an F accent. I think it's that simple. Sometimes there's no reason to overcomplicate it. I think my articulation's right. Da 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 do 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 da do 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 do. Yeah, okay, these are slurred. That's what I'm hearing. Slur those. This will be slurred, but let's harmonize this figure. And we'll harmonize it up here first. My cool, weird pentatonic figure is going to go in my saxophone. Totally not played correctly, but something like that. Right. It is true. It is so true about overdoing it for playback. I try to I treat my articulations on my page, even if it's for a pro band, how I would want a high school band to read it. That way I know, well, it's also going to be my target audience with this piece is going to be like high-level high school groups. I find that gives me a nice balance of, well, no, it's actually good on the chart, but it also gives me enough playback where I'm happy. I'm not too concerned about the playback, though, because I will just end up recording it. So I might put these guys in buckets. So let's put that here. Let's raise that. There won't be bucket playback. That's okay, though. You know, I'm going to leave trumpet 1 out for now because they'll have something hard enough later that they don't need to play this. I take it back because I want trumpet 1 and flugel to be in unison. And this guy will start. I say guy because I'm thinking about the band I'm writing for, and it's dudes in the trumpet section. You know, triads are good. Let's not overcomplicate it. This should get done enough. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. I see some people joining. Please chat, ask questions. If you have Dorico questions, now's the time to ask them because I'm pretty good at this thing. Oh, you want to know something cool? This feature that John made the mad. When you go to the filter menu here and you go to notes by pitch, the all triple sharps, double sharps, I made them add that. That was my feature request. I requested on stream. I was like, you know, I could write scripts if I have this. And I'm actually going to make a video on scripts up here. Look, I have a whole bunch of them. Mostly for making worksheets because I do teach college level theory. But I also have this in here. And this will blow some of your minds. Obviously, this is another software's, and there's a long way to do it. But now if you go to script, explode in place. Right? It's pretty quick. In case you missed that, because it was just so fast and efficient. Select anything, and it will automatically paste explode it on the concurrent stabs. I think that's something they should add anyway, like a hotkey something to do that. But I am also going to give my scripts out for free because I like you all. Okay. Back to this spot. Keep harmonizing this. Make that a 9 chord. And I don't like this repeated figure, so I'm actually going to voice flip those for some motion. And totally going to do that. Cool. So I will treat the trombones as part of this section. You know, it'd be really cool. I'll just stick him in a bucket too. Him also talking. Right? It's a nice script. And the other ones are awesome. I'm gonna make a video on it. I saw, unfortunately, some other guy who I've talked to a couple times who makes the some Dorico videos, Honeymoon something. He wrote some scripts, but they're a little tricky. I'm not really writing scripts, actually. I'm recording macros. But if you record a macro, but you don't do it based on the correct selection, it's not shareable. It actually only works on that score, so. Okay. I think a bucket would be cool. I don't need capital letters. That's ugly. And no, I'm not using the instrument switching feature because I'm not that concerned about the playback. Oh, tenor sax. They don't need a bucket mute. Have you ever seen a saxophone mute? Those huge bags that go over them. Kind of cool. So now we're going to voice this down. Interesting enough, this is also playing the lead line with that. I'm actually going to mark it lead so they know. And then, I also don't see the point. Now, there is something cool you can do with the saxophone. My old professor, Jared Sims, who is a killer player, awesome, drilled a hole into one of his necks. He has multiple, obviously, and put a pickup in it. And so it's basically just like a full electric guitar. It's the coolest thing ever. And I think I'm going to have to do that because he was like, "Where's your pedal board?" I'm like, "I don't got a pedal board." Okay. This is going up. I like this to go to the 9. I always feel bad for my trombone ones because they play some kind of annoying parts. Okay. Dorico just started so hard, I was worried it was about to crash. Okay, got that. Let's hear what this sounds like. I feel like I'm mess up voicing. That's good. Yeah, okay. I knew I did something in there. So the top is cool. I made it a 7. I meant to make it a C minor, which means I don't need the A flat. What about B flat and then the E flat? Yeah. This is also going to be a bucket. I actually have a bunch of big band releases I'm planning for 2026. I already have recorded, so it'll actually happen. Also, now that I actually have some followers on Instagram that like me, I'm going to be releasing a Valentine's song that was recorded for my sister's wedding that she walked to. Then I have a couple. I don't really want to do an album. I just kind of want to do a bunch of singles because it's more fun to me. And I'm not going to put bass trombone in a bucket. I like it to be big. Bum, 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 bum. So that's down to the E flat. It's going to be a C. It's going to be probably... No, this is the same voicing as this. And I will re-enter these dynamics that way. They're linked. Sometimes it's just easier. Really, I wouldn't have put those dynamics in before. I just did it for fun. And what chord do we want to... And this is a... I'd prefer to have the third down there because I know I'm going to put a big C right there. Yep. And I like this interval in between my trombones. This 10th here, that's the money. Let's come up with a cool bottom line. Might be cool to have these horns join. Bump, bump, ba-dum, bump, boom, bump. Yeah, I think that would be a cool line for them to play, including Barry sax, since I like to torture my Barry sax and never give him anything cool. Why are all the stems so messed up? Sure. That should be that. Bump. Bump. That's probably way too low for that. Transpose pitch. That actually should be long. Okay. Thank you for joining. I see people joining. Now's the time. If you have Dorico questions, ask, because I'm pretty good at Dorico. Also, this chart, I am planning on making it like an upper level high school chart. If you have a high school band that wants to play it, you should email me and I will send you a free copy. And only people who watch this part of the stream will know that. Otherwise, you have to buy it. Boom. Something about this. I know it is. I want that there. And I'll have a cool saxophone line up there. Sorry, tenor, you don't get the melody anymore. Sucks, doesn't it? Okay, pretty happy with all of this. I'm gonna put let's listen from the top real quick. On this chart, I said a little bit earlier, there will be a rubato piano intro, and then I'll go into these hits. Totally not inspired by the one song, was it? Drawing a blank. So I'm having the same thing with those. I want those to all be half step, or sorry, half a beat spaced. I'll write it out like this. I think it'll be worth it to be clear. Okay, this is kind of a vibe so far. And I have this pentatonic line. Not in transpose pitch, in concert pitch. Okay, that's going to be the line. But where does it actually fit? I kind of having an inclination to make out to one play soprano. I think that would be really cool. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. Something. Ba 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 da ba da. I just know it starts on the upbeat, so that's a good place to start. Oh, that's it? Maybe I just suck. Have you ever thought about that? You ever think that sometimes where you're like, how was that the hard part? Okay, fix my beaming. This is going to be some kind of unison bit. And I'll make it break out to harmony in that last part. This will resolve G, this will resolve to E. Wow, why am I messing that up? There we go. Because I have it in treble clef and the ledger lines suck. I can read ledger lines up. I play trumpet. Ledger lines below A. I have a master's degree. Still don't like them. Let's see if a D flat fits there. I'm curious. I feel like it might sound cool. That's exactly what I thought it would sound like, but does it sound good? Just a little. I guess it's not too high. Is it too high? Do you think that's too high for an alto one part for high schoolers? I think it's the octave I want it to be in. I want it to kind of be that like floaty, ethereal, soft sounding bit. How about like a play it from here. Pretty cool. Okay, let's listen from the top. Listen from the top. we're gonna have a saxophone pickup, and they're gonna play the same melody, but I'm gonna give them. Just, it might be soprano sax. I'm just writing a little high. For now, I'm going to leave it as alto sax and then plan for it to be soprano later on. So here I'm going to have some kind of eighth note line. These hits are coming out of the rubato piano intro. And they'll be conducted kind of da, ba, da, da, ba. Okay. And then hear this part again. Are you composing the song on the fly, or you're arranging parts around? Both. I will recap the piano thing. I played it a couple times earlier before I shared it on Facebook. But here is the tune. So that's the part I did. Here's the second A. Then here's the bridge. And then I have a really cool crunchy chord here that I'm going to struggle to play on the piano. Right? It's kind of a nice tune. I might write another transitional bit. At the moment, though, that's where I'm at. In regards to the groove and the feel, that I just kind of came up with today. I knew I wanted it to be something in that laid-back, chill vibe because that's kind of like what I like. Let's hear it. Let's hear it from the top. There'll be a really, really cool sax thing there. I think this might be a 2/4 bar, so. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's gonna be really, really cool. I've been literally playing it on the piano since like the beginning of this semester. I'm just like, I have no time. And right now I'm procrastinating because I was like, if I don't write some music soon, I'm going to go absolutely crazy. Do I actually think it's supposed to be a 2/4 bar? Maybe it's just a 4/4 and it's actually a. I think I'll have a 2/4 bar, but not yet. I think it'll really add to the variation. Now it'll also mess up playlisting because playlisting, if you ever try to go for the jazz hop, lo-fi, chill hop playlist, they hate meter changes. Hate it. Which is sad because it's cool. You do prefer 2/4 to 4/4? Yes, that's what I'm not allowed to say that word on stream, but I agree. Let's put it back. My gut said 2/4. I shouldn't have doubted it. Okay. So I think it's one of these. Is it really just a triplet? Something doesn't sound right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bop. But I guess it is just eighth and triplets. I'm overthinking it. Oops. And not 16th notes. And not quarter notes. I promise I'm not stupid. There we go. Da-da-da-da. Let's do it in harmony. Do I want to let Barry Sachs enjoy the fun? Yes. Why not? Why do I always leave out Barry Sachs? And this will be a bunch of drop too, because of the range. And we'll do that last. Okay. All right, now let's write good voicings. I appreciate that. I was thinking like, you know, let's stream at midnight, West Virginia time. No one will be awake. You guys are awake. This is fun. If only it wasn't a school night, I could be making an amaretto sour. I should write a tune called Amaretto Sour. This tune definitely is not Amaretto Sour, but I need a tune called Amaretto Sour. I need to write my point of harmony first. I mean, my point of resolution first, because that's how I think. I guess it is. Isn't it? What is it? It's 3 hours behind, right? Maybe this will be my streaming time all the time. I had a really embarrassing interaction on the internet. Someone who works at Vincent Bach, you know, in Indiana, messaged me. He's like, you should come to this the shop with your lead trumpet player who played on the Wicked chart, and ask for me. I'll give you a personal tour. And I was like just so confused for a second. I was like, where? Like, as if don't have a Bach trumpet sitting on my carpet right next to me. I've just been such a saxophone player these days. So this is going to be the B flat chord. I want to see what range. I feel like this is too high for my comfort. Let's push this down. This isn't original. Let me play from the top because I need to procrastinate to think real quick. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Now, I think it needs to be in that register. I'm just having a conundrum with these octaves at this moment for some reason. I think I just need to open up these voicings. That's what's bothering me, and I'm not going to give it to Barry Sachs. Sorry, Barry Sachs. I want you to do something bassy here. So A, This is supposed to be some kind of F7. Oh, my rhythm. Oops, I deleted them. Let me copy and paste some rhythm sections so we can actually hear stuff. Cool. I think that'll be a cool voicing. Do I even need to be harmonized? I don't know why I'm thinking so hard. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to make it jump the octave down, and that'll be cool. You're about to hear the worst MIDI scoop of all time. I think that's pretty cool. And then I'll make it go to unison here and then put harmony backgrounds just to do something different, something cool. Copy this melody. Wow, I'm so fast. Look at how fast I wrote that. What all do you do for work? Are y'all college professors, just playing musicians, high school teachers, band directors? I don't actually know. Nah, it needs to stay up and harmonized. Let's start from P. Nah, it doesn't need crescendo, it just needs a... Alright, and we're going to adjust this. I think this is okay for this. Yeah, it's a little fuller. What vocalist? Not that I know a ton of vocalists because I am a instrumental listening loser. Yeah, I knew you played. I didn't know you toured with a vocalist. Right, I'll put a root position. Nah, this should be Oh yeah, I know that. I remember that I used Sibelius too. I don't know how I did because it was so clunky in a lot of respects. Just anything. There's also Finale's problem is they use so many third-party plugins, and they were great. But it's like, well, your software didn't even support that stuff. It was all third-party developers, and props to them, seriously. They essentially made the experience. I'm trying to write some cool wide voices here. I guess this could be a... I know I won't like that D flat. Yeah, I know. It was trying to be like Microsoft PowerPoint, but for music. What if I make this a cool 5 chord? Or I guess that's just passing diminished, but whatever. Yeah, okay. Then I want to come up with a good approach. This could be sharp 9, flat 9, goodness. This is just going to be flat. I would just say a lot of options in this. If I'm approaching this, maybe I'll make. I was trying to make this like a half diminished, but I guess that needs to be B flat. But that's going to mess with my motion. But it sounds good. How about some good old fashioned voice crossing? I take it back. Let's just put. We can double that. I think it's fine. And then. Okay, cool. What else? Previous voicing. What do I like for this previous voicing? I think that'll be really, really cool. And I got all these in buckets. How about we do the thing I like to do? And we can do a C7 flat 9, C7 flat 9. If I made this chord 4 of an F minor 11, it might work a little better for what I'm planning down there. Oh yeah, so now let's just treat it like a 5. I like these figures a lot. So, and that's in bucket. So I'm going to put these in bucket 2. And here's my super awesome script in action. Just going to slide, and I'm also going to delay the playback just so it's a little more realistic. But I missed. Okay. Okay. like, I don't know. Oh, crap. I'm breaking everything. I meant to select these. Oh. There we go. Ba-do-ba-do. Ba-do-ba-do. Staccato. I think this might be better as a dot quarter. Oh, yeah, that was awesome. Okay. Now I need to harmonize this melody. I'm still considering making this a soprano sax. I think it would be cool just because I'm so high up. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to. We'll just pretend. Okay. So the next part of this melody is going to a different resolution. It's not going to that C sus4, C7 sus4. Instead, we're going to the... So we can go to the bridge. And at some point, I want to do a shout chorus, and I have this figure in mind. I want to use that progression. I think it'll be cool. Of course, I played it awful, but... Alright, let's put some rehearsal markers. The one thing I think that is distinctive in how I write some stuff is I fully write and complete with articulations and dynamics 8 bars at a time. Who else does that? Anyone else? I know so many guys who always they write it out just like fragments of pieces and then they go back and like add everything. But I like that. I like to hear it. It's fun. It's like it definitely comes back to like how much I used to work in DAWs and my weird interest in electronic music I still have. It's I can't say I'm self-taught. I mean, I started self-teaching myself everything at some point until I did get instruction, you know what I mean? But I will say because I went to college, I can't be self-taught. Oh, I'm dumb. This is going to be resolved to the 9. Oh, this will sound so cool. Oh. Alright, let's harmonize. Let's pick up. Definitely don't need to skip with that. Ba-ba-da-doo. Although, did 4 years in music school, but all the work I got after that. Okay. I'm I'm very happy I've never had to handwrite anything. It's I don't take for granted being a young guy and just never having to handwrite anything ever. I don't even have a pencil in my backpack these days. Anytime I need to write something, I have to ask one of my students. I'm like, any of you have a pencil? They just do so much work. Laptop stuff. That's going to be flat. So this should be a... I want to put something in there. So oh, it should be a triplet. Can I just convert these to triplets? It's something I actually never do. Oh, apparently I can't. What if I separate those? Interesting. It's only let me do one at a time. And then I want those over there. Nope. Just the inside notes. Cool. Oh, it's so easy to deal with triplets. Now I keep it like that. Slur that. Okay. I think it's still cool the way it is. And I think I did not extend something over here that I should have. Yeah. Okay. Progress track. Progress check. So I'm going to do the dump but again, but I'm going to do something really cool on it. Okay, I'm going to give it a trombone 3 as well. And then I'm going to make these pyramid on there. I hope this sounds... It's going to sound really bad in playback. That's very cool. It's... Yeah, I always tell my students about taking every opportunity they can. I think it's so important. It's like... specifically, we have this studio at West Virginia University, and there's so many students who get caught up in this kind of mentality of, Well, I don't know. I don't know how to get the opportunities, like sit at the console, sit at the board, go mic up the drums. But realistically, it's not something you sign up for. And the college level, it goes a little bit beyond that. It's kind of initiative based. So it's like, literally, just go do it. Offer. Come to the studio, come to the extra classes. Say, hey, I can do that. Or say, if they're not confident enough, say, hey, I can do that, but it might take me a second, or I might have a question. And there's always someone ready to answer it. For all my students who definitely aren't watching this at all, take all the opportunities you can get. So I think playback wise is gonna suck, but it could be bum ba dum and then just fade out. Not sure it'll happen that way, but that's pretty cool. Absolutely. It's so nice once you get done saying yes to everything, you get the experience and you can finally say no to some things too. That's been my recent venture, is saying no to things. Seriously. Now that I have the experience, whew, it's very hard to value my time when I don't know. I don't like to disappoint people, obviously. It's so easy to overstretch yourself, especially doing some of this work. Okay. That's pretty cool, right? That is a major 9 chord. This song is making me very happy. I've been dying to write something. Just dying. Okay. Listen from the top. Should I release this in January? So I'm going to have the bucket trumpets take over. And they're not going to just have the eighth note pick up, they're going to sing a little chord. It's not my original melody, but I think it might be pretty cool to do that. Ba da ba da 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 ba ba boo dee doo. Ba da ba da 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 ba da ba doo doo doo. With a little bit of that do a little gliss up. Ooh. I'm having fun. I love throwing the melody around, like this part here. It's something I feel like a lot of writers and arrangers don't do enough because they usually get stuck thinking in blocks. But here I'm just like, nope. Let's just blur all the lines. I think that's what we can do. Because it is a pretty cool melody. I'm gonna make it short too, so like, serious. Yeah. Okay, and then obviously it's not playing in the bucket mute, and it sounds like kind of like but it's okay. Let's check the time. Oh, I totally don't have to be up at 6 a.m. Okay. Yes. I appreciate you for joining. Anyone else, feel free to chat. I'm going to just start streaming all the time because it makes me actually work on my music. Funny how that works. If you want, I could pull up the Amazing Grace for a quick preview if you want, but I feel like this can even be unison. No, I'll do the unison bit with the flugel, then harmonize these. Okay. This is a D flat. Good morning. Everyone is in a different time zone. Is there anyone in my time zone? New York time, EST, West Virginia? West Virginia. Okay, these pickups. Yeah, sometimes voicing in thirds just sounds good. No need to fight it. And I like that. Got the 9. I actually did the really just straight, simple combo with vocal arrangement of Country Roads. I'm meaning to put on Arrange Me. So if you have a band with some horns, you can play it. France, very cool. And then I will give the 9 of the bones. Let me finish these pickups. This is a D flat. I want this to be. Nah, I guess it just works. And I'll add some more color into the trombones when I harmonize them. But I want to listen from the top real quick. rubato piano intro. Da, 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 da. Actually, let me play the rubato piano intro and then start the song, just so we can hear what it sounds like. And then yeah, that's where we're at. I need to harmonize these saxes, add in the bucket bones here. We're making good progress. Let me load up the Amazing Grace I'm working on in the background. And then, so I harmonized. Yes, copy pasting. I love it. And then I think quarter note pickups here would be a nice change of pace. Let's actually do the, here's a little mini 2/5 I have. It might clash really bad. I don't know yet. It's close. I know. Let's put a staccato on that. Not an accent, not a marcato. I'm clicking all the buttons all at once. Yeah. This chord, let's just make it. Okay, yeah. Okay, this will go an extra bar. I love these all bar phrases. I'm not gonna lie. Ignore the measure counts there. They're gonna change. Actually, they'll change right now because they're bothering me. Okay, okay. Amazing Grace. This is gonna be a little quick preview of some spots in here. Amazing Grace projects. Mix. Okay, that is loading. I appreciate everyone for joining. Feel free to ask questions, talk, chat. I'm just having a good time. And I guarantee my audio routing is wrong. Maybe that's right. All right, let's listen to some of this. It's so not done yet, but it's okay. I have a friend in London recording the lead trumpet. I might also have him do trumpet too, the melody trumpet. Here's the intro. So it's, you obviously just heard it. It's a second line, but it's going to have this growl intro with a cymbal roll. A half done recording. I'll answer one moment. Okay, that's just my little preview. I'm trying to get that out by Christmas. It's obviously a mess right now. The saxophones sound good though because I recorded them. Trombone player, my friend Drew Herder. He's actually now my student at WVU to go start answering your questions. I got my degree in jazz trumpet and composition at West Virginia University, and then I did my master's there in music industry. And now I'm actually a professor, and I teach kind of a variety of courses. Jazz composition, commercial theory, improv, as well as some music industry courses. So honestly, if you want to learn to write like that, come study with me, West Virginia University. But if you want to get some self-study stuff, the first book I really used, and this is the book everyone used, I'm sure everyone can vouch for it, is Inside the Score. I used Inside the Score because it gives you the score, it gives you comments, notes about some really popular scores, like Hey Burner, which is also the first piece I learned to play lead trumpet on. I recommend you get that book, Inside the Score, and also another book that I love, and it's also local to where I grew up in Pittsburgh, Mike Tamaro's Jazz Arranging Book. It teaches you all sorts of stuff about reharmonizations, how harmony works, guiding tones, non-chord tones, and also how to do melody embellishment, counterpoint. That's the Mike Tamaro book. Let me pull up a link. I'll show you. But please ask questions. I love to answer questions. I'm trying to find this book. That's it. I think it is. Oops. This book right here. Highly recommend. It's where I learned pretty much everything technical, all the good technical terms when it comes to understanding the basics of arrangement and melody embellishment. It's not necessarily what I use for my big band writing. My big band writing, when I actually came to those studies, I got to do a year mentorship with Tim Hill, who is the Navy band staff arranger, and he's a phenomenal writer and a phenomenal guy. I also got to do a couple classes here and there at WVU because he's an alum and he does some, I guess, like visiting once a semester, once a year stuff with Jay Chataway, who was the arranger for Maynard Ferguson and also scored one of the Star Trek shows. Very cool guy. They've been big influences on me, of course. The other way you go and learn is to listen. I do transcriptions of big band music and music that have big full arrangements. Obviously, I still do arrangements on my instrument, like trumpet, but I find myself primarily focusing on actually trying to figure out what harmonies were played, what chords, what progressions, how are they harmonizing a melody. So do some transcriptions of big band recordings. It's the easiest way to learn instrument spacing and kind of all this intricate stuff. It puts it in your head so you can hear it. All right, stepping back into the tune I'm writing, we need to put some trombones on this. Okay. Also, you should, if you don't, go follow my Instagram because I actually make a bunch of mini short arranging things you might find pretty helpful. They're basically quick tips and quick walkthroughs of me doing small sections of stuff. I do intend to make YouTube videos of it, but it's time is hard to find. Okay. So I'm gonna double line. I'm thinking. It's just kind of too low. What if I don't give them the moving line? I give them chord pads, and then I give them this figure, though. That's supposed to be an A flat. Oh, and I want the 9 in there. Something sounds bad. No, it was just not having the bass note on there. Okay, so we're going to do chord pads here in the trombones, building up to that. I always add this little delay so it sounds a little more natural. I don't think it's actually playing that note. Let me suppress their playback. I want to hear that. I want to hear that chord. That's cool. Okay. That's it. So chord pads here. Maybe ba da ba ba. I'm treating that all like F minor, basically. So I'm doing F minor. Then here, ba ba ba, E flat. Then this can move up. Here's my super quick Dorico script. Ooh, that'll be so nice. Two, three, da 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 da. I don't think we need the space here or that. Okay. Please, if anyone has questions, concerns, comments, and I don't know, just tell me about what you're working on. Please ask. My sustain pedal's running away from me under my desk. Okay. Let's listen to this from the top. I'm gonna double extend that chord, finish harmonizing this. Yep, 100%. You got to transcribe. Do you play an instrument? Artistic parasite. Do you play an instrument? I recommend. I seriously believe you have to be able to play. You have to be able to play. You have to be able to have good improv, be able to understand changes in real time to make your writing super efficient. There's something about jazz writing, or my approach to writing versus my classical composition degree. Just the approach you take, it's so much more real time. There's almost always a sense of urgency sometimes. I don't know why. Like this tune, it's partially why I write in 8 bars. And a lot of time, like there's lots of gig work on this where it's like, yes, you have to deliver. Same with film media. So being able to play your instrument and understand these things in real time is going to be your friend. I kind of want this phrase to do ba-da-ba-ba-do-do. Something. And then 7. I know exactly what I'm trying to do. I don't know if this 5 chord will sound good there, so. Let's keep writing out chord progression. So after this, then this super cool. Okay. I'm try to think about my pacing. Ba-da-da, ba-da-ba-dum-dum, ba-ba-ba-dum, 3, 4. Okay. Start with ballads. Yeah, true. Misty. So I'm hearing this E augmented 7. I love augmented 7 chords. And this A flat over E, flat triad in first inversion. Can't beat that. Yeah, I love it. I think that had to have been the first one I learned. Um, 'Trying to figure this melody out. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the. Okay, so that is a 2-bar D flat major 9. And we're going to resolve to this A flat major 9. Okay, happy. I'm happy with this. I like this. And put a double bar line there because it's definitely a part of the form. Okay. I'm getting really locked in right now. And there I did this. And I don't want to scoop on that. Something more there. Ooh. You hear it, right? I'm hearing it. And I wanted to go. And then it's like introducing this next melody phrase. I love the straight. Oh, that'd be so cool. So like. Ba 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 da where do ooh ha. I can even hear it just short. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep, it didn't like. Why did it not play? Because of that? What's happening? Do I have to do the... I don't know. I like broke my playback. It's okay. Let's just do a... Pretend there's a gliss. It's fine. Interesting. I'm just going to suppress its playback. I don't know what I did to it. And this one shouldn't be short. Fade out. This is over the real minor, okay, that's good voicing. This is a passing chord. It'll wake us up a little bit. Oh wait, this is supposed to be a 9 chord. Tenor 2 will suffer a little bit. It's okay. Whoa. I'm pretty sure this is like a pretty good song, right? I'm not just making it up. So let's let them fade out. If they fade out, the saxophones can pick up. Okay, let's do the rhythm section. I don't think I want time to stop. So this will be a drum fill. Ooh, the drums could do a stop time sort of deal. So like Do a and then pick up right there. Okay. Why are those rests there now? Didn't ask for you. I try to make it a 5, like a 5 flat 9. For me, it's specifically that one because this one is a 2-5. And I'll give it. The bass needs to do the it's a back door. I think this is pretty much selling it. I hear this as approaching this. This part, I think I gave it away too early. Okay, so here's where we're at. So, I've heard people say it. I've never used that, honestly. What do I say? I feel like I just say harmonizing. Progress check. Okay, so saxophones need to sell this pickup. I'm not married to that there, though. I don't like the... I would almost say, for some reason, that's a term I would use talking about comping and piano playing. And ranging, I don't. And that adds up because piano, right? I'm kind of writing a generic bass line, but it's going to say ad-lib optional, and by optional I mean please ad-lib. Bum, bum, ba-da-dun, boom, boom, boom. this is going to be that. A7, flat 9, sharp 11. I guess I could call it a flat 5. That's cruelty, actually. Nah, it's a flat 5. I don't want the 5 in there. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Maybe I do. Not a piano. I want to hear the piano. So this is the chord I'm saying. But here it is with a sharp 5 and a sharp 11. Nah. Maybe. Here it is with a natural 5 and a sharp 11 and a flat 9. I'm honestly slightly torn, right? The first one. It has the E flat, but what I'm deliberating is between having an E natural as well, or should I have the E sharp or F? So here's, the first option is what I'm leaning towards. Which makes this a sharp 5, sharp 11. And if I wanted to be more efficient, I could write A7. Which one do you prefer, actually? I personally am a big fan of not writing sharp 5 all the time and instead writing the augmented, because I think it puts my players in a position to emphasize the triad part of it, instead of writing A7, sharp 5, sharp 11, flat 9, A augmented 7, sharp 11, flat 9, because then we know what the triad is. Agreed. Okay, good. I'm happy that if the pianist agrees with me, I know I'm right. So, exactly, right? To me, it's still telling me that I can't include a natural 5 because I'm altering the 5. But to me, it's also not telling me. It can give me conflicting information sometimes. Now, the one chord I always write a sharp 5 in is this chord. I say this pretty much every stream because I swear by it. It's not the bass. So that's a sharp 9, sharp 5. And I just see that in so many scores that I just opt to write it that way instead of augmented sharp 9. Yeah, right. It's just like, the rule. Yeah, this is a rule, except here we just like it the other way. Let me get this all fixed. Okay, that's better. The drums will have slashes over them, so it doesn't really matter. Yep. Okay, let's write a little bit of a sax line here. I guess I'll fill my chords. I like this deliberation we're having. It's just those unspoken rules that I see so many young players just you could only learn by like trial and error or trial by fire, more like. Nice. Okay. So saxophone melody here at this point. I see some other viewers and people joining. Thank you for joining. I'm just writing a tune because I like to write music. Also, if you have Dorico questions, don't forget to ask. I'm pretty good at Dorico. Just because I use it too much. All right, correct chords. Well, yeah. Also agree. I'm huge on. I hate ambiguous chords, and that's obviously what you're getting at. Is that when I write a chord symbol that could be interpreted two ways, it's just guaranteed if there's two chordal rhythm section instruments, they will interpret it the two separate ways and then clash. It's just it never fails. Which is why I don't write my sus chords with susses unless it's this explicit one. C7 sus 4, I mean C7 without a third, put a fourth. I'm being that clear. If I wanted something with the sus 2 in it too, I would have wrote G minor 7 over C. G minor 7 over C. Because sometimes people will be like, well, I can put a 6 in there. It's like, no. The 6 clashes with the 7. No 6, 7. I'm clearly in a chat with mostly adults because no one said 6, 7. Thank you. I don't like the G in there. Okay, this is the melody I'm hearing. I just love Megas Church and that they'll just do anything he wants, whatever he wants, for no reason at all. I feel like this could be really cool as a unison thing right here. And that breaks into the harmony. Baboda harmony. So, am I actually hearing a B major 7 here? It sounds good. It sounds good though. I need to figure out what I'm actually doing though. So this is something over B. I think it is. My ear's just taking me in this direction, so I need to take it up on the opportunity. Am I hearing a B major with a sharp 11 in there? Or a flat 5 because I don't want the 5th. The F sharp doesn't fit. I know that. I bet the 9 does. I am. Dorico 6 is a solid piece of software. I didn't know. It's like they didn't do any huge features other than the proofreading, which I have occasionally used. Look at this. I mean, look at that. Consider adding a dynamic in the first note. You're right, Dorico. I think I should. It's pretty cool, right? That's so cool. So I think it's actually an inverted A flat minor 7 is what I'm hearing. Or like a half diminished. Yeah, I tried to wait and then I didn't for some reason. I did wait though to upgrade all my. I used spectral layers and I waited to update Nuendo and it was worth it. That's such a specific chord. And I'm putting flat 9, not strip 11, because I don't want the natural 5. It just sounds so whole tony. Is it actually whole tone? Not remotely. Or it's like one whole tone, then another whole tone. So this one. Maybe this is up. I'm done trying. I'm trying to come up with a good voicing. What about... The next one, I think it actually might be an E flat augmented 7. Let's find out. Yes. Okay. So I can probably make this a lot simpler. Not write it, because those are basically the same chords. Almost, kind of. There's an A flat. This is a tricky little thing, because it's not a matter of does that sound like what I want, because it does, but it can't be the best presentation of it. There's zero chance. It looks so dumb. But there's an A flat in this chord, so it can't be an E flat and a B flat. So maybe it's actually another B major 13. The real question is, does the if that note fits, then it is that chord. I'm not going to fight it. Well, let's see if the natural 5 actually fits, because why not? See, that's just the natural 5 doesn't fit. Now tell me, if anyone has a better way to write this than some kind of B chord, it's just what I'm hearing. Because obviously it's kind of acting like a 5. I know. I'll tell you what, though. I'm going to hide that crap and turn that into rhythmic slash. Yeah, okay, that's so much better. I'm happy I went really slow on that. I'm sorry that was so slow, but I think it was worth it. So this. Okay. Well, now I know how I want to harmonize this. And that F is the flat 5. Yeah, I want that there. And then this. Oops. And this wants to be. Yeah, okay. That sounds cool and like what I want. Again, if someone has a better way to write it, I'll take it. This also wants to be a C sharp, and that wants to be a B natural. Let's listen from the top before I get carried away, too carried away. Yeah, yeah. Everyone have everyone hit that. I think it's actually cool that the piano holds over. I think it. Yeah, I think it is. Let's listen. I just love this resolution. It's so like gospel churchy. Bum bum ba-da-do. 2, 3. So stupid. Okay. And then that's the sharp. Oh, my cat's grabbing my leg. I know you already ate. You eat like 10 dinners a day. You can't fool me. Yeah, let's do it. Dorico script to the rescue. What? No, you're absolutely right. I agree. It's totally that the minor 4, the minor 4 chord. I'm opting to write it like this because improvisationally wise, I feel like it's how I improvise it. I agree though. That's totally it. I appreciate you mentioning that. I need to change how my chord symbols display real quick. I'd like, yeah, these. Wait, relative. Oh, chord. Uh-oh. Hi, Onyx. Here's a cat. I guess I can just make it really big for a second. No, don't touch my green screen. Ah. Who has cats? Ah. This is the one that always joins the streams because she's hungry. She gained a little weight. I think I need to put her on a diet. Look at this. All right, Onyx, go away. Absolute unit. Polychords, not polychords. I'm looking for this one. I want it to be like that. All right, takes up all the space now. Onyx, you have a fan. I think it just needs to be a triad. Oh yeah, I mean, if you don't have a cat in the mixing room, are you even mixing? Let's do a... Okay. I'm trying to figure out somehow I want this. Do I want it to be all saxophone melody? I think I might want it to go back to the 3 horns suddenly. Or you know, it'd be really cool. Maybe just the flugelhorn and let the flugelhorn pick up the solo. I'll play from the top. Okay, I'm going to play it with the piano intro, meaning I will stumble through a piano intro. Then I'll click P really fast. I see there's some new viewers in chat. I hope you're enjoying the tune. I'm going to play it from the top, just in case you don't know where I'm at. If you have any Dorico questions, jazz questions, or just want to talk about life, get in the chat. It's fun. That's not a piano. Tweet. I think I want that to be the phrase. What's libraries? Yes. Are they good? I think they're better than a lot of options out there. So we'll do a quick tour. I'm using Session Horns Pro for contacts. And that's what I'm using for all my horns right now. And I have my own expression maps, and if you have this for some reason and you want to email me, I'll put my email in there. I'd be happy to sell you my expression maps. Yeah, I'd be happy to. I've been meaning to make an actual playback template of it. Right now I just copy and paste the same source project over and over again. Yeah. But for rhythm section, I actually really like this playback in the rhythm section. I'm using session. Yeah, session horns. Yeah. Yeah, email me or else I will totally forget. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, okay, it's fine. And then you probably have this studio drummer, session drummer. I'm using the session kit full. And I also made a drum map for that. For bass, I'm using the Contact Factory Library one under bass, or it's under band, then bass. I'm using upright bass. I think it sounds pretty good, honestly. I've actually used it in some professional recordings to fix some bass spots. No new. For piano, I religiously use this, the Grandeur. It comes with complete ultimate, and I think the lower level standard. It's worth it. This piano, it sounds so good. And then guitar, I'm also using the factory library. I currently don't have any. I seriously, it is. It's almost like they try to emphasize the acousticness of the acoustic bass, the upright bass, when they sample it. But when we listen to records, we get that straight ahead close mic sound. So it's not actually what we wanted to hear in the first place. You know what I mean? Because everything else sounds like studio produced, close mic, like record quality. And then they try to do these upright bass samples as if it was recorded from across the room. I get the intent, but that's not what we want. And then jazz guitar. It's also Contact Factory Library. It's the only jazz guitar I think is acceptable. That's all my playback. I also have Harmon mutes loaded down at the bottom if I ever need some double playback. I'll actually just make this the melody, and then I'll do the extended melody when I reiterate at the end of the song. I know, it was just like, well, it's because my dad, way back when, bought a copy of Complete Ultimate 8. And then I was just like, well, all these are great. I updated it to number 11 when that came out, and I took his license from him because he doesn't really do too much music anymore. And then I was like, hey, these sound great. I have Note Performer on here. Note Performer sounds, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's bad. It's not great for jazz. And then I tried out, and I had in a couple of videos me using, and I mentioned atomic horns. Their brass is like comically amazing. Like you wouldn't know it. It's not real. But then their saxes are awful. I suspect they're better by now. I just haven't really dug into them. So here. Yeah, that's my feeling. I think they are planning to release an updated thing for atomic horns to make it a little more seamless when you're actually using it. If that's the case, I think it would be pretty solid. And then you're talking about acoustic sample V horns. I looked at those once. I never used them. Acoustic sample V horns. And I specifically didn't use them because I already had Session Horns Pro from a previous project. That said, maybe I don't know that I have enough clout, but I would be willing to email them and ask them for a free license if I make some videos on it. Oh, that's cool. I have an Iwi. Oh no, that's really cool. Could I make my own? I need a berry sax. Does anyone work at a horn shop and want to sponsor me with a berry sax? I know, no. Okay, we're gonna listen to some of these. So here's the reel. Yeah, I realized no one can hear that except me. Um, do they have saxophones? No. Wait, do they? Oh, here, trombone. I also like session horns from Logic back when I had a Mac. Obviously, no longer use it because of that. I know they work with. Hey, if they need someone to do jazz mock-ups, I'd be their guy. I think. I just have the issue where like every piece I write, I record, so I'm just like, I almost don't focus so hard on the mock-ups. I've been in a very fortunate that in that regard. But it's also part of my philosophy. I said this in one of my videos about my recording process, where I was like, if you didn't record it, does it even exist? Or if you don't have someone performing it, does it even exist? Yeah. Okay, here's V horn saxes. Here's what I want to see because this is where it suffers in the Session Horns Pro, in my opinion. Oh, I know what you meant. Okay, I heard a little bit of roboticness there. I don't know. Maybe I need to email these people. Hold up. Let's find a contact. I'm not going to email them right now. I just want to find it. Maybe I can at them on. Oh, they don't have Instagram? That's where all my cloud is. That's unfortunate. This is really cool. How much was it? The actual pricing. Only $200. Is that and that's a lifetime license, right? Hmm. I will email. If anyone knows any of them or wants to go pester them on Facebook when I do, let me know. I'm kind of want it. 200 is so not bad for that. I was expecting like Spitfire brass $700 stuff. Okay. You got nothing to be sorry for. Whole band, yeah. This is expensive. It's just, and then I get their thing is really cool and advanced. It's I think until the next update that I like saw their newsletter comes out, it's not going to be extremely practical enough for people to just use. I would like it to be. I am rooting for them, obviously. Anyone who's making cool products deserves to succeed. So. Okay, I just know I need the ba-da-da at the end. So this goes. That's quarter note. And then I also got that gist. Oh, yep, you're over there. Thank you for joining. Please come back. It's fun to chat with you. All right. I'm going to finish out this B section, and then I will be wrapping up as well. But I am going to start streaming all the time because I like it. I need to figure out how to stream also to Facebook. I might get a restream account, although I prefer to just keep it on YouTube. I don't know. What's your opinion? To the I love scrolling up and down my voices. It sounds so dumb. So this is the flat 9. This can be it. Yeah, that sounds good. Even the crappy playback sounds decent. You know it's gonna be good. I think that's a perfect spot for a solo. Anyway, how long is this so far? Yeah, a minute. Yep, it's good pacing. I'm gonna do a cool little pyramiding thing here. Let's give this to. Oh, I hear it. And that's in buckets, so it'll be really light. Okay, it needs to be fully arranged out. Maybe. Yeah, actually it works perfect. Doubling is fine. Yeah, I don't like that though. Okay, hold up. Hearing something. I'm hearing something. Yeah, that'd be cool. Then. And then I want a little bit. So. And this will be cool in saxes because it'll be subtony. Obviously, that's not going to happen with this playback. Okay, listen from the top. Yeah. And then there's going to be a solo break right there. Again, one of these. And a drum fill right there. That ends on that. Yeah, okay. And obviously it's going to be a flugelhorn solo. Okay. And then I'll put some kind of brass figure there. And that can fade out. The playback doesn't really do it. So yeah, I'm about to wrap up too. Thank you for hanging out. It's very fun. And that'll be our little lead line there. Yeah, okay, and it's supposed to come in a little earlier. Let's remove some of those rests, clean this up. Yeah, okay, that looks better. Still want to go this. I see some people joining. I'll play this arrangement from the, not arrangement, original composition from the top. I'm just about to get wrapped up here too. I do plan to do some more streams, and I also plan to stream at this time of day, which is 2 a.m. for me. And then bum 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 bum. Yeah, I'm gonna make them. Not the rhythm I intended. There we go. Yeah. And then this figure. Needs harmonize. Yeah, I think it. Let's see. No, that's good. That's good voicing. Okay, let's Cool. I like this. I'm happy. I'm going to treat this like a 2-chord. It's already messing up the. Maybe it's not going to be that. That sounds so bad. Yeah, no. I'm going to treat it like an E flat 7 flat 9. It's a flat 9. I just have so much bad motion. Very unfortunate. I'll probably change this chord, but let's just get this voice the way I want. I would like it to be stepwise. Just lowering it all. Made it B flat minor 9. And this is a 6/9 chord, you know. If I treat it as such, the voice leading will be great. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. This chord is also emitting D7. Good. Okay, that's what I want. Bass part. Basses. Oh yeah, that works because it's the 5 and it lines up. Bum, 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 boom. I feel like that needs to be long. I won't be for long. I'm getting pretty tired. But let me play from the beginning. I made a lot of progress. Yeah. Okay. solo break. And that's all I'm going to end up writing tonight. Let me clean up some of the parts, though, while I'm at it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Symbols. I think this is going to be such a cool chart to play. I have a couple colleges. Ohio University in Athens. Their second band. I know the GA that runs it. He's my buddy Phil. So he's gonna have his band play it. WVU will play it. Either the top band or the second band. Although it would be very appropriate for the second band because it's not too strenuous. I appreciate that very much. I've been really locked in on voicings this semester, teaching jazz arranging, and one of my students in particular, he just finished up a audition recording his piece, and it was very well good. And all my students are doing a great job. Yeah, if anyone else has some big bands, college big bands, and you want a chart, email me. You can have this once it's done. I would just like to get my pieces played about, as we all would. Okay. Pretty happy with this. Drum part, though, can look a little better. Cool. I'll probably there. I like to do my phrase bar counts because drummers, I learned they love them in my charts because they can keep count super easy. Awesome. I'm very fond of this break. I think it's pretty cool. I feel like I should have something other than just the piano. I don't know. I'll ponder on that. All right. I guess this is going to be me wrapping up. I appreciate whoever possibly had notification on and saw me start and stop the stream about 10 times because I was having technical issues. All resolved, as you can see. Thank you for joining. I had a great time. I will be streaming a lot because I just want to write some more music and it motivates me. Thank you for joining. Had a great time. And I will see you in the next one.